Hey there, thanks for tuning into Duck Bricks. I'm Chris, and this set was canceled. So what is the story behind this set? Well, I just got back from Brickworld Chicago, and I was able to obtain one of the rarest LEGO items ever, a canceled LEGO set. This was supposed to be a free gift with purchase releasing last December. Images of it were circulating online until, for no reason, well, maybe some reason that I suspect, LEGO just pulled this set. They did not explain why, they offered no explanation, but they essentially just canceled the set, and only a few have actually made it out into the world, where I was lucky enough to pick one up at Brickworld Chicago. So what exactly is this set? Well, this is supposed to be Santa's living room. So it has Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus, which you might wonder, okay, well, why exactly would LEGO cancel this set? Well, what I suspect is that this set not only has an exclusive Mrs. Claus minifigure, but it also, the reason why I think it was canceled was because it has an exclusive printed tile of Santa's naughty list. The top name on that list is Donald. I don't know, like maybe LEGO just decided that just in case they were going to pull it, in case people started to suspect why exactly that was the top name on the list. Another reason could be that maybe they didn't want kids to see their name top of the naughty list when they opened the set. Personally, I think it's just kind of a funny tile to get, but for whatever reason, LEGO just decided to not actually release this, and so, because of that, I was able to just pick this really rare set up just now. Now, personally, I paid $300 for this set new and sealed, which I think is a pretty good value. This is not even listed on bricklink.com because it is so rare and LEGO does not allow you to list canceled sets on Bricklink, so you can't get this from Bricklink. If you go on eBay today, there's probably a few examples of over $300 to $400, so I feel like I got pretty fair market value, if not below market value for this. I'm so excited to open this up and build it because it is a specialized exclusive LEGO set, and without further ado, let's jump right into the review. So here we have it, the canceled Mr. and Mrs. Claus's Living Room GWP. From a couple Decembers ago. I paid a ludicrous amount of money for this because it comes with the two exclusive minifigures as well as the special Santa's Naughty List print, plus a nice exclusive sticker sheet to go alongside the set as well. This is a weird one. Now, LEGO has been canceling sets left and right lately, and I guess it's a little bit less rare for LEGO to cancel a set nowadays as it was back in the day, but this is still really, really weird. Now, the most important thing that I wanted to note about this is that the exclusive items in the set consist of the Mrs. Claus minifigure, specifically the torso and the legs, as well as, of course, the Santa's Naughty List listing here. The minifigure for Santa himself is actually a regular style of minifigure. This particular configuration of pieces is unique. He does come with a more stern expression than usual, which I find really funny how they just used an angrier looking head than standard, but that pretty much is just a head that you can find in other sets. So really, the only exclusive piece of Santa is the Naughty List, which you can see right here. And of course, it does come with a sticker sheet as well. So there is a sticker for the back of the chair here, which is exclusive to this particular set. You can't get that anywhere else, as well as stickers used for the snow falling on the windows, which are specialized as well. Other than that, that basically sums up the entirety of the set's exclusivity, are just in those few items. And really, the really special thing that you want to get here is the Naughty List print as well as the Mrs. Claus minifigure, because for whatever reason, LEGO has not released even the Mrs. Claus minifigure in any other set, which honestly to me feels like a bit of a waste. Maybe this December they'll release her in a GWP or another set, but it's a really good design and I don't really know why LEGO didn't ever release that in a future set. Now, the set itself is pretty innocuous. There's not too much controversial or scandalous things going on in the set here. I mean, you've got basically just a living room. You have a basic build for a wreath. The chair is not attached to any brick, so it can be fully removed, showcasing the fireplace. You've got some logs in the fireplace there. Santa's not burning any children. There's nothing devious going on here. No, it's just a standard living room, nothing suspicious whatsoever. There is a Christmas tree build, which is just a standard Christmas tree build that we've seen 1,000 times in advent calendars and winter village sets. There's a bit of a floor mat. I guess that's where the dog is supposed to sit on, because in this version of the world, Mr. and Mrs. Claus own some sort of a dog here, which is just a dog that we've seen a ton of other times throughout the sets. You have a nice brick-built wreath, you've got the candles, you have some wood on the sides, and it is a pretty uninteresting exterior. There is a very standard brick wall on the back here, which clearly is not meant to be viewed from this angle, and this is actually a little bit interesting. I do like how they had stickers to add on to the snow falling. I think that's a really nice design, actually, and it actually looks pretty cool looking on this side as well. So
Overall, obviously there is one, maybe two presentation angles to this, but really this is the way it's supposed to be seen. The chair build itself is actually quite nice. I like how it can actually rock alongside here. It is a pretty standard build, but it is a really nice one. And again, really, the special thing about this build, other than just being a nice and cute little gift with purchase that should have been included in purchases in December, are the minifigures. So I'm going to take a look at Santa here first. We'll take a look at the naughty list last because obviously that's the most special thing about the set itself. But this is the Santa minifigure that we have included in the set. It is utilizing the dual molded boots, which were introduced for Santa a couple of years ago in the Santa Sleigh set, as well as some of the other Santa Visit sets. Although, of course, when you remove the beard here, you can see the minifig head with the white beard here was actually used across 6 different sets as early as 2013. It was first used for the King in the King's Castle set for Castle 2013, but then they later on used it for a LEGO employee exclusive gift in 2013 for Santa. We saw it for the Lunar New Year Ice Festival. Santa's sleigh had this exact minifigure included in it, so it's really nothing super special here. I do like, however, that it is a bit of a sterner expression. It is a little bit less jolly and more judging, I would say, which maybe adds to the demeanor of this particular Santa, especially with the beard on. It definitely feels like I'm being judged through those steely eyes there. Mrs. Claus here is utilizing pretty much all brand new pieces for the torso and the skirt. The headpiece is Misako's from Ninjago, which I think works out for the character really well. But this is a really special looking minifigure because not only is there printing on the front of the torso and the skirt, but they even printed the back of the skirt, 2 simple lines, but still an extra effort to print the back of the skirt itself. And so far has not appeared in any other LEGO set. We did get a Mrs. Claus in the Santa Claus's Workshop and House set for the, I believe, 2014 Winter Village. We did get a Mrs. Claus in 2014 with the Santa's Workshop set, but that was with a completely different visual look and feel. This is a unique minifigure that is currently exclusive to the set, and I actually really like how it's done. You've got a nice little white fur-lined coat here. You've got the dress piece, which is really nicely printed with the Santa style of design. I think this is a really good looking minifigure and really do hope that at one point LEGO will release it as a Christmas exclusive or some sort of a set, because it's a shame that a lot of work went into making the prints of this minifigure for it to never be released. Of course, the big item of controversy here is Santa's naughty list, which you can see right here. The first name is clearly Donald on the list. I love how you can clearly see that. For all we know, that was a reference to the LEGO designer who worked on the graphic design. I guess we will never know because LEGO sure isn't talking about this anymore, but you can't really even make out any other names. I mean, I can kind of see a Phoebe. I'm trying to look at any other names I can see on the list. Well, there's a Karen as well. So I guess that adds on to the meme. When it reflects in the light, I guess it is a little bit easier to see from some angles. I think this right here might be the best way to actually be able to see the letters. But again, it's hard. Like, this is tough to be able to make out the words here. Other than Donald. Donald is pretty clear. So overall, I definitely do not really know why this was canceled. Obviously, Santa's naughty list, I guess they didn't want kids seeing their own name on the naughty list, but that really feels to me like it was maybe a LEGO exec or somebody coming in and saying, oh, maybe we shouldn't have a naughty list for a Christmas GWP that is widely accessible for a ton of people to be able to get. I don't know, I think it's kind of funny. Like, it's not even that bad. Yes, the set did also come with coal accessories for Santa and Mrs. Claus to give the children. They actually had 1x1 round silver studs, which I don't picture right here, but they did have them as accessories. So maybe they felt like the combination of Donald on the top, plus a printed naughty list, plus an angrier looking Santa, plus giving coal to kids was a bit too much. I don't know, some sets when they cancel it, I can definitely get it, like the Indiana Jones temple, like for religious reasons, I can see why they canceled that. And even the Osprey, like yes, it is a military vehicle, and also the set didn't work, so I guess that makes sense to cancel that one. And Overwatch 2, there's a lot of issues going on with Blizzard, or at least there were at that time, so it makes sense to cancel that. But this, I don't know. I mean, I feel like this is in the same category as the Crooks Dynamite Factory from LEGO City, which was also canceled. A set that I feel like has a pretty playful, somewhat dark, I wouldn't even call it a dark side, but a playful, less jolly side to it that LEGO just decided to get a little bit nervous about and decided to cancel it, which I feel is really disappointing because the minifigure is great, that naughty list is a really funny piece, and I feel like this would have been a really great GWP if LEGO just didn't cancel it. That's how I feel though. Let me know in the comments if you managed to pick one of these up yourself. I believe they're still circulating around eBay. Like, you can get one if you want one. Bricklink is not allowed to list it because Bricklink can't list canceled Lego sets, which I find to be really funny. So you can't get it off of Bricklink, but you can get it basically everywhere else. And overall, this is what this looks like. I mean, it is a pretty simple build, simple GWP, not much else I have to say, other than very, very weird how this got canceled.
Alright, and with that we have summed up our look at this very rare and exclusive canceled Lego set, set number 40489, Santa's Living Room. It is such a weird set, and it's really interesting how this got canceled. I guess I can add this to my collection of canceled Lego sets, which I actually keep mostly in here, where we've got the Lego Technic Osprey up on the back wall there. You can see the orange and gray plane that was also canceled for allegedly because it was a military vehicle, but I think it was actually because the mechanism just didn't work. And then up there we have the Titan from Overwatch 2, which was canceled after LEGO reevaluated their relationship with Blizzard. Another weird canceled Lego set that I just somehow managed to get my hands on. Overall, really happy to be able to add this to my collection. I hope you enjoyed this special review. I don't really know how many folks have actually opened this up, so I'm really happy to have been able to showcase it in this video. Thanks so much for tuning into Duck Bricks. Let me know what you think of this set down in the comments below, and I'm really curious to hear, why do people think this was canceled? Thanks so much for tuning in, and bye for now.